You know, sometimes you see something you know all of your friends will never believe. Well, it's a good thing everyone has a camera on their phone because our next video shows something so strange.
Brand new high-definition videos of Bigfoot have surfaced, and experts say these could be the clearest, most convincing evidence yet of Bigfoot's existence. Let's dive straight in. Sasquatch on trail cam. First up, we have trail camera footage captured on September 24, 2024. This recording, taken in a remote, heavily forested area, has two separate video angles of a creature many are calling Sasquatch. The exact location remains unknown. First thing you can see in this video is the creature's physique, its chest and face appearing strikingly defined as it turns and then leaps out of frame. The movement reveals even more detail, the creature's glutes and muscle tone with striking fur. These characteristics alone led experts to quickly dismiss the idea that this could simply be someone in a costume. In the second clip, the evidence grows stronger. The creature's movements, long, unusual strides and a distinct, almost effortless leap, suggest a natural motion unfamiliar to humans. With the footage still so new, we're waiting for more details to come forward, including where exactly this was filmed. But it's possible the location has been kept secret to protect the creature's habitat and identity. Footage from Kansas. Now, although this next footage was filmed in 2011, it was just recently brought to public attention. This video comes from Osawatomie, Kansas, where a family on a camping trip encountered something strange in a nearby field.
What is that?
Whoa!
That is Bigfoot.
We're making history, Kate.
Are you sure?
Well, what does it look like to you?
Spotting a creature trying to quietly move away, they took out their camera. Considering the time, the quality of the footage is quite remarkable. In the clip, we see a large, dark, and hairy figure moving slowly across the field, seemingly cautious and wary of being seen. The creature's size in the footage is difficult to judge, and people felt it didn't look particularly large, which led to a split in opinions. Some doubted its authenticity, suggesting it could be a hoax, while others believed it might just be a juvenile Bigfoot. This has fueled speculation that Bigfoot, like humans and other animals, could come in a variety of shapes and sizes. In fact, many believe there could be distinct types of these creatures around the world, like the Yeti, Yowie, and the bushcrawler, each with its unique appearance and behavior. Experts began studying the footage in detail, focusing on the creature's movement.
So this is one of the casts from the Patterson-Gimlin film site. Here you can see the negative space that's left as the substrate is pushed up by the pressure now over the forepart of the foot.
The way it walked raised interest because its stride seemed different from that of a human. Some cryptozoologists and video analysts found this strange walk and its overall appearance to be quite convincing, arguing that the creature's movements looked natural, not like someone wearing a costume. The stance, muscle tone, and the way it appeared to move away cautiously all added to their belief that this could be genuine. Others, however, were not fully convinced, raising the idea that it might have been a carefully staged setup, especially since many Bigfoot hoaxes have used costumes to create similar effects. This leaves a key question hanging. If the video were staged, why wouldn't the camera work be steadier or more carefully planned? This question adds doubt to the theory of a hoax, suggesting the family may have genuinely captured something unusual on film during their camping trip. But without more information, the true nature of this sighting remains uncertain. Hudson Valley sighting. For those who have followed Bigfoot sightings before, you may recall an earlier look at some interesting photos that suggested a Bigfoot presence. At that time, only 2 images were available.
I hear the brush popping and stuff. Oh, there he goes.
Recently, though, a third photo surfaced, which offers a much closer view and may provide new insights. This latest image is clearer and closer than the previous ones. These photos were taken in the dense forests of Hudson Valley, New York, a region already known for mysterious sightings and strange occurrences. While these images were captured back in 2022, they've only recently surfaced on social media, where they've sparked widespread interest and debate. The quality of these photos and the creature's appearance are so compelling that even scientists have shown interest, trying to analyze what exactly might be captured here. In these photos, the creature appears smaller than the typical descriptions of Bigfoot. This has led many to think it might be a young Bigfoot, a baby or perhaps a juvenile still growing into its full size. The first photo captures the creature at a bit of a distance. Even so, the details we can make out are striking. It has dark, wiry hair and a posture that hints at the classic Bigfoot stance that people have described for years. Its dark form almost blends with the shadowy surroundings, giving it an elusive quality and adding to the mystery. In the second photo, we get an even closer look. This one zooms in on the creature, allowing a detailed view of its face and body. We can see dark, wiry hair covering its form, and its facial structure reveals a strong bone structure that seems almost human, yet distinctly different. The details are clear enough to make out the creature's slender legs and defined body, which appear muscular and sturdy. This clarity has only fueled belief in its authenticity. What sets these photos apart is their quality. Unlike many previous Bigfoot photos, these are high definition, capturing every little detail in impressive clarity.
Looks like he's looking over top of that stump. Look at it. He's moving.
We can see textures in the hair, the contours of the face, and the overall structure of its body. These realistic features make it difficult to dismiss the photos as a mere hoax or a trick of the light, especially given that many other Bigfoot sightings and photos are blurry or inconclusive. With these latest images, there's a growing belief that we may be looking at something genuine. The clarity, lifelike appearance, and mysterious background of these photos make them some of the most compelling Bigfoot evidence seen in years. The third photo. Now for the moment everyone has been waiting for. The brand new third photo. This capture offers a super close-up view, revealing a detail that went unnoticed in the previous two images. A baby Bigfoot clinging to the back of the larger creature. In this close-up, you can clearly see the baby's small face framed by brown fur. It's holding on to the larger creature's back, a touching and surprising detail that adds a new layer of mystery to the sighting. Even though the baby was faintly visible in the earlier photos, this shot provides much more clarity. The creature's head appears round and elongated, and the face looks strikingly realistic, with its mouth slightly open and lips puckered. It even has a small nose, adding to the impression that this may not be a costume but something genuine. It's unusual to hear about Bigfoot sightings coming from New York, as most people associate the state with its sprawling urban areas. However, New York does have some densely forested regions like Hudson Valley, which could make sightings like these possible. This new capture might be one of the most compelling Bigfoot evidence to date. The added detail of a baby Bigfoot holding onto its parent elevates the sighting's authenticity and has captured the interest of both enthusiasts and skeptics alike. The ecologist. An ecologist known on Instagram as Giants of Ancient America has dedicated his career to studying trace fossils, like footprints and tracks, left by various creatures. He specializes in understanding the signs animals leave behind, such as tracks, to learn more about their movements and behaviors. His recent expedition to North Texas brought him to several dried-up riverbeds in the region. Due to the severe drought of summer 2023, many riverbeds were left dry and exposed, revealing something incredible. In these hardened, almost cement-like riverbeds, he documented nearly 400 footprints. These weren't just ordinary tracks. Many appeared humanoid, but far too large to be made by a typical human foot, leading to speculation about their origin. Some believe they may have been left by giants, or at the very least, giant bipedal creatures. As he points out, the rocks on the river floor display these unusual human-like footprints. However, the sheer size of these tracks sets them apart. Some prints are so well defined that you can even see individual toe imprints. These footprints vary in shape and size, but all are strikingly long and far larger than a standard human footprint. For example, one footprint measures over 20 inches long, as shown with a tape measure, while others measure around 17 inches, with several reaching the 20-inch mark again. The age of these footprints remains unclear, with no specific dates attached, but they do appear ancient. The big question lingers: what could have made such enormous footprints? Is it possible they were left by Bigfoot, known for leaving behind oversized tracks? Or could they be evidence of giants from a long-forgotten time?
Look at this cast, look at this cast. We have the toes across the front, what looks like an instep or an arch, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have a divergent little toe right here, which I really like. That comes down. I think it's safe to say that's a very strong resemblance between the two.
One of the most widely believed theories about these giant footprints ties them to Bigfoot, hence the name. This possibility has surprised people for years, leading many to connect sightings of enormous humanoid footprints directly to Bigfoot itself. The latest evidence. On July 14, 2024, a new and strange video clip surfaced that shook everyone. While there's little context surrounding this footage, it's close up and unsettling. In the clip, an explorer comes across a hidden cave deep within the woods. Inside, he captures footage of 3 unusual creatures, seemingly unaware or uninterested in his presence. Taking a closer look, these creatures appear almost alien. They're dark in color, extremely thin, and their movements are odd and unnatural. Each creature has a disproportionately large head on top of a skinny humanoid body, creating a bizarre image. Interestingly, they seem to be holding sticks, almost like walking aids, leading some to wonder if they have poor eyesight. This could explain why they don't react to the man's presence, even as he films them closely. This footage is undeniably strange, leaving viewers with more questions than answers. The scene seems eerie and mysterious, and it remains unknown what might have been unfolding in that remote part of the forest. The sighting in Ontario. On May 3, 2013, another captivating piece of Bigfoot evidence was documented in Ontario, Canada. Although over a decade has passed since it was recorded, this recording is still largely unknown to the public. According to the video's original uploader, an investigator captured what he described as potential Bigfoot vocalizations. The audio includes strange whooping sounds that are distinct and unusual. The grainy footage of this Ontario sighting is matched with some of the most remarkable vocalizations yet recorded. The vocal range captured is impressive, with the sound shifting from deep, rumbling lows to almost eerie, high-pitched tones. It's long been suggested that Bigfoot has an unusually wide vocal range that can fluctuate wildly, from booming, grumbling noises to those signature, high-pitched whoops. What's especially surprising is that analysts, both in sound and video, have reviewed this clip and concluded that the vocal range dips too low to be human, or even from any known animal. Many are calling this audio a true anomaly, suggesting it may indeed belong to a massive, undiscovered creature. Interestingly, while the sound has a mysterious quality, it also feels almost human, adding to its eerie and strange nature. Now I've got a question for you. Say you're out in the woods alone, and you suddenly hear this haunting sound. Would you stay and record it, or would you run for your life? The January 24th encounter. Another eerie sighting was made on January 28, 2024, although the exact location remains unknown. The story goes that a family was out fishing in a secluded forest area, surrounded by dense trees and the sound of running water. As they fished, they began to feel a strange sensation creeping over them, the feeling of being watched. At first, they tried to ignore it, thinking maybe it was just the natural unease that can come from being out in the wild. But as the feeling persisted, they became more aware of their surroundings, scanning the area to see if anything was there. Eventually, they spotted something across the river on the opposite bank. It didn't stand out at first, blending into the shadows, looking like just a dark shape among the trees. But as they kept watching, the shadow started to shift, moving slightly until it began to look like a human form, dark and featureless, but unmistakably there. The shadow-like figure seemed to have an odd, almost unnatural ability to blend in with the trees and foliage around it. Then, just as quickly as it had become visible, the shadow vanished again, but not entirely. Its faint outline seemed to linger as if it were still there, watching. Whatever this mysterious figure was, It appeared to have an ability to disappear into its surroundings, almost like it could camouflage itself perfectly in the dense forest. The shadowy figure's sudden appearance is chilling to imagine. It stayed hidden until it wanted to be seen, a disturbing thought. Could creatures like this really be watching from the shadows, blending seamlessly with their surroundings, remaining completely undetectable until they choose to reveal themselves? It's unsettling to think there might be mysterious beings in the wilderness, able to hide so well they seem invisible while still watching every move. The unshakable sensation. Around the world, countless people have reported feeling that same unshakable sensation of being followed or watched while in secluded areas, especially forests. This primal gut-level feeling, often accompanied by an eerie silence, leaves many wondering if some unseen presence is actually out there. Some speculate that these beings, if real, might be able to camouflage in ways beyond human perception, while our instincts, evolved over millennia, can still detect something wrong, even if we can't see it. It's an idea that terrifies. Are our instincts picking up on something real?
This scene looks really consistent with a human in a costume.
Let's focus on this thing's arms for a moment. Note that all apes have arms longer than their legs, enabling better quadruped movement and efficient brachiation.
Another mysterious sighting along a lake in Ontario, Canada, gives us even more reason to believe in all this. A group was boating peacefully along the lake shore, enjoying the serene day, when they caught sight of something strange through a gap in the trees. For just a brief moment, they saw a huge, hairy creature ducking down, trying to remain hidden. It looked like it wanted to avoid being spotted. As the boat drew closer to shore, the figure vanished into the trees, leaving no trace. The group was left with only the footage they managed to capture, which, when zoomed in, appears to show a massive bipedal figure with thick, dark fur, a sight eerily similar to descriptions of Bigfoot. People are seeing these kinds of creatures more and more, which has led to a growing belief that these sightings may indeed be genuine. As evidence mounts, from footprints to videos and vocal recordings, a lot of people are beginning to take Bigfoot sightings more seriously, questioning if these creatures really do roam the forests, hidden yet always watching. Unexplained encounters. Looking at all these strange Bigfoot sightings over the years, one thing becomes clear. People from all walks of life are seeing something out there. Whether it's families spotting strange creatures in the woods, researchers finding huge mysterious footprints in dried riverbeds, or explorers coming across eerie sounds and shadows in the wild. These stories share one thing in common, a sense that there's more to the natural world than meets the eye. The sightings from Hudson Valley to Texas, Ontario to remote forests, all paint a picture of a creature that's surprisingly consistent across distances and descriptions.
Good question. The video is inconclusive. Let's get a closer look. It's not easy to see, but we can trace the outline of something sitting there through the trees.
People report Bigfoot-like beings with large, human-like footprints, unusual body structures, strange vocal ranges, and behaviors that don't quite match any known animal. These witnesses aren't just casual passers-by. Many are experienced outdoorsmen, researchers, or even professionals in fields related to wildlife and ecology. Yet they're left puzzled by what they see and hear. For skeptics, these sightings might just be tall tales, misidentifications, or even hoaxes. But with each new sighting and every piece of captured footage, more people start to wonder, could it be possible? Could there really be a creature living in our forests that's managed to stay hidden for so long? The similarities in the details across separate accounts, massive footprints, thick fur, strange vocalizations, and a tendency to blend into its environment, are hard to ignore. So what's next? While many Bigfoot sightings remain mysteries, researchers, cryptozoologists, and even curious everyday people continue to study and share evidence, determined to get closer to an answer. Until we have undeniable proof or a clearer explanation, Bigfoot will remain a figure of both fascination and mystery. Whether it's real or not, these sightings remind us of how much we have yet to discover about our own world. And maybe, just maybe, the truth is out there waiting to be found. Something stranger than Bigfoot? Now, if you're interested in Bigfoot and other unexplained phenomena, Take a look at some new disturbing footage that came up on October 6, 2024. It was taken by Jenny Medina while she was driving down a busy road in Tampa Bay, Florida, with her boyfriend. Out of nowhere, they looked up and saw something unusual in the sky, something that didn't seem like it should be there. Jenny quickly started recording, capturing a strange sight that had viewers puzzled. In the video, there's this dark, almost perfect ring of smoke floating against the night sky. It's not like a typical cloud or smoke you'd expect from a plane or something burning. The ring is so sharply defined and just hangs there, looking completely out of place. Jenny and her boyfriend sound confused and a little spooked, and they're not the only ones. People watching the video online have the same reaction. This doesn't look like something you see every day. Some people have come up with pretty wild ideas about what it could be. A lot of folks think it might be something supernatural. Some even say it's a sign from a UFO, like it's where a mysterious craft had been hovering before they looked up. Others think it could be some kind of paranormal sign, a spirit or some unknown force making itself visible in the sky. Of course, not everyone's convinced. Some people think there's probably a simpler answer. Maybe it's just smoke from fireworks, a machine malfunction, or some kind of strange weather effect. It's also possible it was caused by some random event nearby that left this weird ring by accident. Right now, nobody really knows for sure. This smoky ring is still a mystery, and it's definitely got people's imaginations going. Could it be a sign of something out of this world? Or is it just a rare, weird thing that can be explained? Either way, it's a sight that makes you wonder what else might be out there, just beyond our everyday view.